Hello and welcome back to Love and Growth. This is Josh Morris, and today I'm going to give you a really controversial topic, as you've read in the title. Should you listen to your parents? Now, this is a really tough topic to talk about, and I am no expert in this. So just a caveat. First of all, a few caveats, because it's a controversial topic. I'm going to give a few caveats. If you're living in your parents' house while watching this, or if you're under the age of 18, then most of this may not apply to you, because while you're living in your parents' house, you kind of got to listen to what your parents tell you to do, unless it's really, really bad, or unless it's really against your dreams and your goals, and we'll talk about that in this video. Again, also, so that's the first caveat. How old are you? Are you under 18? So should you still listen to your parents, or are you still living in their house, which is, they're giving you a roof, so you should probably still be listening to them, and maybe a lot of this won't apply. But you'll understand why I want to talk about this video. The other caveat is you have to make a judgment call on who your parents are. My parents, I love my parents. I love my mum, I love my dad, and I listen to them on so many areas, right? So again, it's a little bit clickbaity, the title, but again, you have to make the judgment of, are your parents giving you advice from expertise, or are they just giving you opinions? So we'll talk about this. So there are a few areas that I don't listen to my parents in, and I don't think that's a bad thing, and they don't think it's a bad thing, and we've talked about it, and they're okay with me going my own way. So what are those areas that you shouldn't listen to your parents in if you're getting conflicting views? So the first one, and again, this applies if you're over 18, if you're living away from your parents' house, that sort of thing. So you've moved out, you're over 18, you're an adult. When should you stop listening to your parents? Or what should you stop listening to your parents about? So the first thing is, I think, religion and politics. These are areas where you, as an adult, you have to make your own decisions. You have to start finding out if you want to pursue the religion of your parents, or if you want to pursue the politics of your parents, or if you want to research and figure out what you want to do as your own person. As a kid, though, to have respect for your parents, you should follow the ways of your parents, in my opinion. Personally, as a kid, I was quite rebellious, so I didn't listen to my parents for a long time. But now, as an adult, I'm starting to realize, where I should have been more respectful, and maybe why I didn't listen, because I just had my own views a lot of the time. So religion and politics, those are two big areas that you don't necessarily want to follow in your parents' footsteps. You want to make your own decisions. Now, again, you can follow in your parents' footsteps if you agree on the same things, that's fine. But then it's still you coming to your own decision. The next big area is your path in your career, your future, your goals, that sort of thing. For example, you may have a goal to get really fit, but your parents, they don't have that goal, or they have struggles, and the advice they give you is, don't worry about that so much, you don't have to get fit, it's okay, look at us, we're still alive, that sort of advice. You don't want to listen to your parents if that's the advice, right? So again, it's a judgment call, because if your parents are saying, yeah, work out, go to the gym, and that's your goal as well, then of course you want to follow your parents' advice, right? Now, so that's a huge area, especially business and goals. My parents, for example, they weren't so into me starting an online business and going to the online business, but I did it anyway, right? So that's an area where I didn't listen to my parents as much. Now, they were happy with me doing it, so I'm not like completely going against my parents or anything like that. But I know many people, many of you listening, you may have parents who say, no, you have to go to college, you have to go to university, you have to get a job. And you don't have to listen to your parents if they're giving you that advice and you want to pursue your own business. Now, again, this is very controversial, because should you go to uni, should you not go to uni? I think, yes, you should go to uni if you're going to use the thing that you learn in uni to pursue a career that you want, or that it's going to help you pursue the goals that you want in business, then great, go to uni. I personally never went to uni, but now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I should have. But I'm still happy I didn't go, because I started the business and I pursued my own thing, and that's fine. And my parents never pushed me to go to university, so I'm very blessed, again, with the parents that I have. I'm very blessed that I have these parents, but many of you might have parents that recommend bad habits, that recommend being a cog in the wheel of the machine, of industry, of capitalism, where you're just an employee. And maybe you don't want that. Again, if you want that, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with being an employee. But if you don't want that, you want to pursue your own business, and your parents are telling you not to, or let's say you're really into music, you're really into creating music, and your parents constantly tell you, give up on your dream, don't pursue music, there's no money in music, you're going to be a starving artist, blah, blah, blah. You don't want to listen to that advice. So again, going back to the beginning, if you're under 18 and you're living in your parents' house, you still have to be respectful of their views and their opinions and their advice. But in the shadows, behind the closed doors, you can pursue your music career, or you can work out, even if your parents are saying you don't have to, right? So you don't have to listen to your parents, but you have to be respectful of their opinions when you're talking to them. So that's very, very key. You don't want to actively oppose your parents while you're living in their house. That would make things really awkward, really uncomfortable, and it would just create a strife between you and your parents, and you don't want that at all. So that's a few areas where I'd say don't listen to your parents: politics and religion, business and career, and your personal goals. If they collide, go your own way. You're going to be an adult. You're going to grow into being an adult. An adult. I always say the wrong one. So you have to make your own decisions in those areas. Now, you should listen to your parents if they've got life advice for you. Like, my dad's an accountant, for example. If my dad tells me something with accountancy, I'm not just going to say, no, I'm not listening to you, I'm going to go my own way and figure it out in business. No, that's really, really crazy, right? You want to listen to your parents when they're giving you the right advice, and they're giving you the advice that they're an expert in and they're good at. And parents are really good at general life advice. They've been alive for a lot longer than you, so they've got a lot of experience. They've had more friends, more relationships go in and out of their lives. They've bought houses probably and sold them probably, and gone through different career paths and seen the rise and fall of capitalism in different markets, and how the markets have crashed and raised up. They've maybe even gone through wars and things like that. So you have to consider that your parents have a wealth of life advice. Back in the day, the old women in tribal culture, old women used to be the sources of wisdom, right? The muses, the oracles were the old women, because they had all the knowledge. Why not old men? Because they died early. It's something I read. Don't hold me to that, okay? It's something I read about the history of evolutionary psychology. Anyway, I'm going off topic here, but these are some of the times where you should listen to your parents, you shouldn't listen to your parents. So if you're feeling like your parents are telling you to pursue a certain career, like become a doctor, become a banker, because that's what they do, or they're saying, give up on the music because music is the devil, or they're saying, you have to believe in our religion and that's the only thing you should do, and you are over 18, or you're going to live on your own, or you're behind closed doors, maybe you don't have to listen to your parents in those regards, but it still has to come with respecting their opinion. They brought you into this world and they raised you, and without them, you wouldn't be here. So give them the respect that they deserve for that, even if you go against their views and their opinions. Do it respectfully, don't throw it in their face. So I hope I managed to tread that controversial topic with some finesse and some balance. I probably went off onto the bad side, and I probably maybe tried to go off onto the good side and tread eggshells around the subject a little bit. But I hope if you're having trouble in this area, I hope I've given you some good advice. And I think the best thing to do would just be to talk to your parents, tell them that you have a difference of opinion, but you don't think their opinions are bad, and that you really want to pursue the thing that you want to pursue, and that maybe they should try and be a little bit more accepting of it, and open up a dialogue. That might be scary, but open up a dialogue. If you're under 18, if you're still living at your parents' house, this is still important, because although I said you don't want to disagree with your parents, behind closed doors, you can pursue the thing you want to pursue, right? And that's fine, as long as you're not like throwing it in their face. So have that open dialogue with them and let them know what your thoughts are, what your opinions are, and why it's okay that you have these opinions. And in general, I hope that, everything's good with you and your parents. I just bought my mum's birthday is coming up, so I got a card for her. So look, you got to keep the relationships good, even if you disagree. And I disagree with my parents on a lot of things: religion, many times politics, business, my personal, goals, so many things. But it's fine as long as it's never being thrown in their face. It's never an argument. It's never like, oh, I'm right and you're wrong type of thing. You don't want it to go in that direction. So I hope this helps you. I know it's a bit of a tough topic, but if you like topics like these, you like health, wealth, love, improving your mind, improving your relationships, improving anything, then hit that subscribe button in one of these corners below and the notification bell so you get notified of future videos coming out. And that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and have an awesome day. Bye-bye.